Good morning, dear hearts. We are on lesson 297. Please subscribe. Today's lesson is about forgiveness, and we've had many lessons about forgiveness, and it will still be with us as we continue forward. Forgiveness is one of the main ideas and thoughts throughout this course that we must accept and understand, and it has indeed, A Course in Miracles has also been referred to by many as a course in forgiveness, because it is teaching us what forgiveness truly is and the many benefits that come to us through forgiveness. The first mention of forgiveness, to forgive or forgiveness, came in part 1 of the workbook in lesson 46, that God is the love in which I forgive, and accepting and starting to understand that indeed we are loved really helps us to forgive, helps us to allow forgiveness to come through us, because we are understanding that no matter what we think we have done, that God still loves us and always will. We had lesson 121, that forgiveness is the key to happiness. And I'm going to read from that lesson, paragraph 6, that it says, forgiveness is acquired. It is not inherent in the mind, which cannot sin. As sin is an idea that you taught yourself, forgiveness must be learned by you as well, but from a teacher other than yourself. Forgiveness is not of God, and it is not of heaven, because God has never condemned. And if we have never condemned, we've never judged against, then forgiveness is not what we need to do. We already see everyone as pure and open, and we see and loving, and we see the light that is in each and every one of them. Then the very next lesson told us that forgiveness offers everything I want. And this is so brilliant, the first part of it that asks these questions. What could you want forgiveness cannot give? Do you want peace? Forgiveness offers it. Do you want happiness, a quiet mind, a certainty of purpose, and a sense of worth and beauty that transcends the world? Do you want care and safety and the warmth of sure protection always? Do you want a quietness that cannot be disturbed? A gentleness that never can be hurt, a deep abiding comfort, and a rest so perfect it can never be upset? All this forgiveness offers you and more. It was just, this wonderful understanding. So obviously we can see how forgiveness will help us to understand, indeed, that God's love for us, because God's love for us offers exactly all of those things that we receive through forgiveness. And then just one other lesson I want to mention now is that lesson 126, which you may not think is necessarily related, but it is, and that all that I give is given to myself, because in paragraph 7 of this, it said, and true forgiveness, see, it's there too, as the means by which it is attained, must heal the mind that gives it, for giving is receiving, and what remains as unreceived has not been given, but what has been given must be received. So today's lesson, forgiveness is the only gift I give. So I must have received forgiveness in order for me to extend and give forgiveness. The lesson begins, forgiveness is the only gift I give, because it is the only gift I want, because it gives me everything. Forgiveness gives me everything I want. It offers everything I want. And everything I give myself. If I'm giving it to you, it is that reciprocal, that boomerang action, if you will, that I give it away, but it ultimately comes back directly to me. And in this is something that I want, because I have extended it, not projected it. This is salvation's simple formula, and I who would be saved would make it mine to be the way I live within a world that needs salvation and that will be saved as I accept atonement for myself. So I'm going to come back to that in a moment. First, I want to say, it says that the simple formula, okay, salvation's simple formula. So what is this simple formula? The simple formula is that, what do I want? I want forgiveness. So how do I get it? I give it, and then I will receive it. So therefore, I will always have it. So that is the formula. Understand what it is we want, and then, because it is within us, we can now extend it. And unlike the laws in air quotes of this world, what I give, I receive back tenfold, thousandfold, and more. Not like in this world, that if I give something, I no longer possess it. Now I'm going to go back to this very long sentence, and I who would be saved, and just substitute a couple of words for it, because as I've spoken of many times, as the Course does, that salvation, forgiveness, atonement, true perception, they're all synonymous. And you'll find or remember in many of the lessons that it will start by using the word salvation, then it will use atonement, then it will use forgiveness. That's because they all are one. There's no separation. Okay, and I who would be saved would make it mine, would make forgiveness mine, to be the way I live within a world that needs forgiveness and that will be forgiven when I accept forgiveness for myself. So we're just substituting salvation and atonement. We're using forgiveness all the way through. But you can see how much sense that makes, that it is very, very clear. This is all that we need. I want to understand and have the real world revealed to me, then it's going to come my way through the use of forgiveness. So the acceptance of it and the extension of it. Okay, so the second part of the lesson is prayer. And it says, Father, how certain are your ways, how sure their final outcome. We had it there again. And how faithfully is every step in my salvation set already and accomplished by your grace. So everything has already been accomplished. Remember, a journey without distance. We are believing and dreaming and having the idea that all of this is going on. But we are looking at the journey from where it has already been accomplished. So it's already been set and accomplished by God's grace. And thanks be to you for your eternal gift, and thanks to you for my identity, which is, of course, just another way of saying I am as you created me. I am as God created me. For thanks for my identity. And again, I've said it before, whenever we have this very familiar term of just thanks, how casual it feels. And it does really feel like family. Like, thanks, Dad. I've said that before, and I love that. Thanks, Dad. Thanks to you for your eternal gifts to me, everything that you've given me. And thank you for my identity. Thank you for me understanding that I am as you created me. This is a lovely lesson to have today. And just one other thing that I want to share, that the one thing that provides everything is forgiveness. It leads the way for us. It clears the way for us. But forgiveness is actually an illusion, which we've spoken of before, but it is the last illusion, and it is the illusion that leads to miracles, which are shifts in our perception. So forgiveness is an illusion, and it is a miracle. And it is ours to have, to give today and receive, because it is indeed the only gift we give and the only one we want. So I hope that helped. Please like, share, subscribe, smile. Good news day. Taking a deep breath, release everything that doesn't feel compatible to who you are now. Smile, breathe, pray, and please be here tomorrow. Namaste.